Today we're going to make an Easter raised alpine bed. So what I'm doing is I put some gravel, about 4 or 5 millimeters of gravel, a layer of gravel in the bottom of the alpine grit, and then I'm covering that over with a mixture of it's 1 part Carr's organic compost, 1 part alpine grit or horticultural grit, 1 part of bog standard compost, and 1 part of topsoil. And I find that that grows the alpine plants very well. Probably a bit too well sometimes. So anyway, we're going to fill up this little bit. I'm using recycled my recycled mixture of alpine from one of my other alpine beds, because I can't get any from the shops at the moment because everything's in lockdown. So here we go. And a little bit more, and you'll see that I'm using a fabulous painting tray as my alpine bed base, partly because it fits nicely into the space that I have planned for it later on. There's a few roots from our last year's alpine plants, but what we're going to do is put some of the Albrecia in the corner there. That's always quite nice and colourful. And put a little bit more there. My bed is perhaps a little bit not deep enough really for the Albrecia, but when we come on to the piece de resistance, we'll raise it up a bit so it's a little bit of an angle. I'll give them a little bit more soil to go at. And then what we will do now is we will add in these semperum, whatever of them, house leeks they call them, but they come in about any number of, certainly at least a dozen different varieties, and they grow in next to nothing. You can almost grow these on a slab, certainly they grow them on roofs, so hence the reason for not really needing a very deep tray here, because they'll grow quite happily in that. And then I've got some little baby ones here, which I'm just going to put those in there, and see there's next to nothing there on that one. That'll go in there, and it'll gradually grow on. And then there's, you thought that was small, then there's an even tinsier one. Put that in there with my little finger, squidge that down, and then got another slightly different type of semperum. Once again, I'd say not very much root there, and that'll go in there and it'll sit there quite happily. We've got another little one of those funny sounding namey things, and these are really good if we were to get a very dry, hot dry summer. These sort of plants are ideal because they thrive in the sun with very little moisture. They're really designed for rockeries, but as you will no doubt have noticed that this is not really a rock garden because there's no rocks in it, but we can add a few miniature rocks in a minute. Oh, there we are, another one of those. So we'll put that there somewhere, keep that one company. That's it, and another little baby one. I can't leave him out because it'd be a shame for him to struggle on his own. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to put a little bit of alpine grit. I'm going to pat this down a little bit. And probably those Albrecia at the back are probably a bit too big for this purpose, but we can put them in, they include them in the alpine family, and they are quite colourful at this particular moment in time. So we're going to put a little bit of the alpine grit on the top. It'll make it look a little bit more alpine-y and gritty. And there we are. Hopefully, don't worry about the little plants, they'll find their way through, I'm sure. As long as I can see a little bit of daylight. There. Oops. A bit of gravel in there won't hurt. The main thing with this is just to give it a little bit of water to get it going, but it'll thrive better without too much watering, because as it's in a container which has got no holes in the bottom, it's likely to get waterlogged if you water it too much. So just make sure you don't let anybody else water it, just keep an eye on it yourself. Make sure it doesn't get over-watered. So that's the Mr. Alpine bed planted, and now I did say that it was going to become a raised bed, and this is the reason for the cover that up, for it being a raised bed. So here we have one I prepared earlier, and this then becomes the raised Easter flower bed. Ta-ra! As I say, probably the aubrietia are a bit too big, but they do get at least a little bit more colour and clear up my mess, and it'll all look fine and right. Thank you very much for listening and watching. And here we have the finished raised bed in the evening sun on Good Friday 2020.